Hello, Rob Ninkovich.
What's up, guys? We're talking fights?
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. Did you?
Wiggy knows this, too. When you get in a fight, you're usually tired, right? You're usually tired. So I was in a couple fights in my career. One with Ryan Wendell. If you remember Ryan, he was a center guard, good player. So this was training camp, I think maybe 2012. And so I had a beard at the time, still have a beard, but maybe a little bit longer. So Ryan was trying to hold me, which all offensive linemen do. They hold. So when he held me from the top of my jersey, he had an actual piece of my beard in with his hand with the gloves. The gloves are real sticky. So it hurts a lot when you pull, like, from double chin area, when you pull that hair.
Yeah.
It's very painful. So my natural instinct was to take my right hand, but not, you don't ever punch with a fist because you could break your hand, like what you just said. You palm strike, you use like the palm, the meat of your palm. And I hit him as hard as I could on like the chin area of your helmet, because when you're it's all connected, right? So if you hit the corner of the helmet with where the face mask is, it rattles you up, pretty good. So then he gets pissed, and it takes him a second because I think I startled, like I actually probably stunned him a little bit. And he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and then we just go after each other, right? So I'm grabbing his face, he's grabbing my face, and when you both lock up, it's like a power struggle of who's stronger. And I was pretty strong at the time, not anymore. But so Bill, being Bill, you idiots, screaming at us. Get out of here. Take a lap. Go take a lap. So I have to run around the field, and I'm pissed off still, but I'm also very tired because you're tired before you fight. Then when you fight, you get really tired because it's fighting and you're using every muscle, and then you're running a lap. Okay, so I'm the defensive lineman. I'm saying to myself, I can't let an offensive lineman lap me or beat me on this lap. So I take off. I'm cruising, and Ryan's trying to catch me. So he's trying to catch me, but I'm not letting him catch me. So I take the lap really fast, which is a mistake. So I get back. Bill looks at me. He goes, "Go and get another lap." So I'm running 2 laps around the field, and on the second lap, I caught a cramp on the side cramp, like the fat kid cramp, and I get back, and the second I get back, Bill blows the whistle, 2-minute, no huddle. Rob, get in.
Damn.
I learned a lesson.
You learned your lesson.
It was the ultimate conditioning. It was, but it's just not worth it because I don't like to run extra, and I was running extra. But that's the Ryan Wendell story, and he'll tell it too because he did not. He was trying to chase me, and he said the second lap killed him as well. And then we went to 2 minutes. I also fought Cannon, but I won't get into that story. That's for when I'm on the show. That's a good story.
Hey, Nink, we have a guy that I think you'll have fond memories of, Matt Ryan, joining us next hour. And just
that dude, I tell you what, I always figured he was not only a big, tall quarterback and looked great, he always looks like he could come in a suit and tie and just come from the office, right?
Yeah, he does.
When he was playing, he looks like he could do your taxes and throw a touchdown.
Just from your perspective, being on the field in the greatest comeback in the history of the NFL, when did you think you had a shot to win that game?
So I think there was a moment there where the guys on PAT, the linemen on PAT, were kind of celebrating a little too much with a lot of time left, and when they were celebrating, I thought to myself, I think these guys are going to relax a little bit, and they let up just a little bit. And there's momentum in football, so once they let up, the momentum shifted, and they couldn't get back. So I think it was probably maybe the 28th point when they were celebrating, when they were kicking the PAT. I think they were probably thinking about the after party.
What's your guess at what happens with Matthew Judon? You think they pay him or you think they trade him?
It's never a good look when you have confrontation in public. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens with that situation. I think sitting on a garbage can when your teammates are practicing isn't a good idea. But, you know, at the end of the day, you have to look at long term. I do believe he's going to be 32 years old. So if you sign him to an extension, what's that looking like? It's 3 years? And I retired at 30. I didn't play at 33. So,
I bet it's like a 2-year deal is probably what he's looking for.
Well, then he's 34, you know, and he's coming off a bicep tear. And Wiggy, you know this, and I mean, even Mayo knows this. He played 6 years, and then he was back-to-back, you know, soft tissue injuries. So it's like you don't know when that happens. Sometimes it's when you're in your 30s. So you know, it all depends on what that player is looking for. I am sure if he was seeking some compensation that wasn't top of the market, that would probably be done.
When it comes to him doing it publicly, like you said, and it not being a good look, is that something that guys feel entitled to do because Bill isn't there any longer?
You know, I personally always wanted to keep things behind closed doors. And when you start talking about, you know, putting it out there, I think it puts more pressure on the relationship, which it should be a relationship where I'm the player, I go out and play, I produce, and then it's reciprocated. But the problem is when you're coming off an injury, it's really hard to look at futures because everybody's paid off of potential. It's not what your production is. So I don't care what the last 3 years look like. I don't care because it doesn't matter. That's all in the past. And, you know, moving forward for this team, you know, they have a bunch of holes to fill. They got to figure out, you know, offensively their identity. So, you know, what's the most important part of this Patriot camp? That's chemistry, starting over, right? Forgetting about the past. The past is over. It's not going to help you. So, you know, this is a situation where you have to just say, yo, man, like, we're trying to build a culture here. We're trying to start a new thing with a new head coach. Are you in or are you out? You know, that would be my stance.
Rob, the announcement that Bill and Underdog are going to do a show together, does that push you in any direction that this could be it for Bill when it comes to coaching?
You know, I think it depends on what he feels during the season. You know, it's always great the first month or two you're out and you're doing whatever you want. But, you know, when October, December come around and you're, you know, breaking down film and people don't understand what you're saying, they're like, why don't you just, you know, lessen down some of the cover 2, cover 3, you know, dual coverage stuff because people don't understand what you're saying. You might get a little frustrated with that, but you know, everyone's different. You know, everyone's got a different thing that makes them tick. So for Bill, I assume that coaching players is his passion, and you know, the TV thing for me personally, yeah, it's okay, but it's not like being on a team, being a head coach for a team. There's nothing comparable to it.
All right, Rob, thanks for calling. I believe we will see you in person for the 5th birthday celebration of this program a week from tomorrow at Sam Adams Tap Room. Is that correct? You will be our guest that morning?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes, be our guest.
Okay.
Yep, be our guest.
Bring that lovely Corvette.
I was just going to say that new truck you got is very cool.
Oh, the 97 F-250. Yeah, that one's beauty. I found that in Pennsylvania. An old man named Dale had that one for many years, and 50,000 miles on it. It's like a little time capsule. It's got tapes in there, cassettes. Remember those, Wiggy?
Yeah, I remember those. I remember the cassette
pepper.
players.
You had the salt and pepper cassette tape?
No, I didn't think I had salt and pepper. Maybe LL Cool J or Slick Rick.
Okay.
I wasn't sure, like, you know, push it.
Yep. Little Ice Cube.
Definitely Ice Cube.
What's the Corvette? I haven't seen it.
I don't know. Ninko put a picture on IG, and it was this beautiful Corvette. Was it a Corvette? One. Yeah, was it a Corvette, or did I see you also post a Ferrari?
Oh, that's not mine. Okay. No, I'm not claiming Ferrari. All right, you know, but I didn't make Bill money, so I'm not driving the Ferrari.
You posted one, like a blue one, right?
Yeah, Blue. That's my buddies. Yeah,
Yes,
Chris.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, he's got baseball money and not football money. So
okay, he's
this
good.
was guaranteed.
Yeah, he's good then.
It's always good to have a buddy who has a Ferrari.
It is, and a boat.
Yeah,
So,
and a boat.
Greg, get a boat.
Yeah.
Get a boat, Greg.
Like they say, if it flies, floats, or F's, rent it. That's often the advice that is given. That is what is given.
Yeah.
All right, Rob
What does the
Ninkovich.
F stand
Thank you.
for?
I think you can figure it out.
You're joking.